welcome you to Inquiring Minds Would Like to Know. And on today's episode, we're gonna get a little bit nostalgia here, and we're gonna talk about the time frame where there was no social media, no cell phones. Well, there were cell phones, but everybody didn't have one, and no internet, no Wi-Fi, no landline. Well, we had a landline, but not a LAN line. Yeah, none of that. None of that. So let's go back to the wonderful year of 1998. I'm just using that as a reference point. I ain't saying this is particularly true for your experience. I am speaking from mine and the people like me. So, children of a certain generation, once upon a time, there was no such thing as internet. We didn't have it. We had no access to it whatsoever. There was ways that we entertained ourselves. This ain't for me shitting on y'all or shunning upon you or what have you. I'm just telling you what it was. We had to go outside and play. And going outside was fun. We didn't want to be in the house, especially if we didn't have to be in the house. We love that shit, boy. Like, I don't know nothing about drinking water from the water hose or from the water spigot, as your grandma would say. I don't know about running up on snakes or what have you. You gotta run the fuck off. You gotta go in the house and tell an adult you done seen some shit or what have you. You don't know about climbing up on trees or what have you, getting to the daggone highest point and climbing your ass back down. You don't know about running barefooted, racing each other in the neighborhood or what have you to see who the fucking fastest was on that daggone dirt pavement. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Or race on the actual asphalt, barefooted or what have you, praying to God you didn't fall and scrape your shit up. Oh man, there's so much y'all missed out on, man. Those are good old days. But yeah, you ain't know about them simple ass video games that actually taught you strategy, taught you critical thinking. As simple as it was or what have you, like you had to ponder on some shit in order to beat it like you wanted to. Oh man, there's so much y'all missed out on. Good time. I'm a child of the 90s, okay? I grew up in the 90s. That should be a dead giveaway for my age, because that was my childhood was immersed in the 90s. So that particular time frame I hold very dear to my heart. With that being said, so the first type of internet that was introduced to us was called dial-up. Oh, I forgot. Side note, like certain entities had internet at this time. Your major businesses, maybe your school, maybe your church, and people who had money. Outside of that, the internet didn't start becoming common like that till like the late 90s. So that's why I referenced 1998. Excuse me. So, dial up. And I'm about to insert a video here so the ones who remember what this sounds like, we can all reminisce at the same time. But this was the sound that your phone line used to make when you had to get access to the internet. And it goes something like this. Didn't that sound wonderful? Don't you just miss that sound? I don't. Cause you know what? You know what comes by right after that sound or whatnot? Some slow ass internet. Shit was slow as fuck. 256 kilobytes. Shit was fucking slow. Anywho, like man, oh my god, navigating that shit was ridiculous. Like it take you like 10 minutes to go from one page to another, and that's you on Google trying to check your email. Shit, shoot, I don't think. Hold on, I'm lying. Because at this time, I don't think Gmail existed. You had Yahoo, you had MSN, which had Hotmail, and you had AOL, the little CDs that came in the mail that gave you internet, but you still need a dial-up connection. You just have you have an interface now, which is AOL. But yeah, that was our introduction to the internet. And baby, it was slow. Like again, the businesses had the best ones. Like the DSL was something back then or what have you. That just this that bypassed the dial up, but you had to pay a certain amount of money to get that shit too. Because again, the way that technology worked back then and what have you, like we had some dope shit, but it wasn't as optimized as it is today, to say the least or whatnot. Um, but yeah, you got that dial up, and God forbid if you had to go up there and look for some shit because it was terrible. It was terrible, terrible. But with that being said, also we got the introduction to the chat rooms, the group chats. And for the ones who know what I'm talking about, we're about to get real nostalgia right here, what have you. I need you to raise your hand if you ever been on Yahoo Messenger, MSN Messenger, AOL Messenger. Yahoo was my particular cup of tea or what have you. Fuck, I forgot my Yahoo account or whatnot, but yeah. Again, a lot of this was word of mouth as far as how we found out about it or what have you. But you download the stuff or you be on Yahoo, it give you the option to download it. I believe at that time it won't that crazy. It won't big or nothing like that. But the actual file itself, you download the shit, you put your information in or what have you, and boom, you in this whole stratosphere of people, group chats, just people. And so with Yahoo in particular, once you log on to Messenger or what have you, I remember there was the interface to where like the people who you actually saved or you knew their emails or what have you will pop up. You know, if you missed a message or somebody was online, you'll know that or what have you. And then if you actually go to the chat room, see with Yahoo in particular, like they had separate chat rooms for you just to chat in, and then they had the games. And like the games would consist of like chess, checkers, spades, pool, all those particular type of games or whatnot. And they had a chat room that goes on. I mean, yeah, a chat room that goes along with that, right? And so this is how you meet all these random people. And at this particular time, especially as a preteen or whatnot, because there was a bunch of us on it, we're gambling. We are gambling, talking to these strangers, these motherfuckers we don't know. Like, the only thing we know is the words that we're typing to each other and whether the words we're typing to each other has a common interest or not. That's how we're gambling with this. But it all starts with ASL. That was every icebreaker. ASL, ASL, A sex location, A sex location. Shout out to Ari Lennox. I said for making the world remember such. Age, sex, location. What is your age? Are you a dude or a woman or a girl or whatever? And where you at? And all that was really the basis of whether we was gonna talk to your ass or not. Cause you were too far away, ain't no point in entertaining this conversation. If you somewhat close or within the proximity or what have you, I can entertain this conversation. We have a chance that we might be able to meet. That's how that was the logic behind that shit. I ain't saying we was right, but that was the logic behind that shit or what have you. Sometimes you talk to somebody from a good little distance or whatnot, you just want to sit back and see what they talking about. You ain't gonna really entertain the idea of like meeting them, but hell, you want to see what they talking about. And that's how we commence to have conversations, like whatever. Mind you, we're preteens at this time. We're going through puberty or what have you. It's the late 90s, early 2000s. So we're talking about a bunch of shit that we ain't got no business talking about. Okay? Particularly sex, per se, or the idea of it. Like, ain't nobody was really gonna fuck nobody or what have you. But what you know about sex, what you know about sex. This is what I know. Well, this is what I know. So what you think about this? It was a casual conversation about what's going on at your house, what you do at school, and what's your opinion about sex. Those were the conversations, and yo, believe it or not, those particular type of conversations birthed a lot of friendships, birthed some relationships too, and maybe some marriages, but that birthed a whole lot of friendships. And again, we gambling. We don't know who we talking to on the other side. The other person on the other side does not know who the fuck they talking to. We are gambling. But we made it worthwhile. We didn't think about it like that. Like somebody like myself, for example, right? When I was on these chat rooms or whatnot, like, bruh, I'm a country boy from Eastern North Carolina, right? The particular town I stayed in or what have you did not have a whole lot of options to entertain a 12, 13, 14-year-old boy at that particular point. And I didn't have a lot of friends like that. So I didn't get out much. And this was like one of my escapes, for lack of a better term, to communicating with other people. Like I wasn't really social like that. I didn't really get social like that until like I was in high school when I started being around my peers a little bit more. But at that particular time, that was, I ain't gonna say it was non-existent. It only happened at school. So I ain't got nobody to talk to like that when I'm home. Only thing I'm doing at home is listening to music and playing the video game. That's it. I got a friend or two that I can hit up and have a conversation with on the phone, but outside of that, like not really. Like I either doing what I just said or I'm probably kicking it with one of my cousins or whatnot at that particular time. So this is dope to me or what have you. So you got that. Um, and then at this particular time, which I'm gonna dive deeper into this in a different episode or what have you. You got the music at the time, right? Again, late '90s, early 2000s. This is like the start of pirating, like the Kaisers, Bear Share, and Lime Wires of the world. And one thing I'm gonna tell you that kept you relevant in regards to like being at school and being around your peers, if you had new music that nobody else had, you had an advantage. If you played a song in front of your boys that they never heard before and that shit is dope, you are considered like, that's high status shit right there. That's what gets you popular. Like, yo, Adrian got this record that I by Jesus that I ain't, bruh. That's what kept you relevant. Motherfuckers want to be around you because you know music now. Like, oh, you can get the shit. Oh, you can put on the CD. You became marketable. You became a person of interest. And that was one way I was gonna keep myself relevant amongst the circles of my peers or what have you, because I'm a music head at this time. Like I'm a big ass music head. And whenever I got new music, ooh, this sounds dope to me. What you think? Somebody else here, ooh, let me get that, man. You gotta give me, it's business. That's a conversation starter, man. Like right there, like the fact that how we consume music back then or what have you, like, bruh, this was like the end of the cassette tape era towards the CD era or the compact disc or whatnot. Like again, having a desktop computer and having the internet allows you to make burnt CDs. Like you can, and the music we're pirating at this time, like we're stealing essentially because we're not paying for it. We're getting it from a website or an app on your PC that's able to pull this music. And God forbid, you hope you get the right track. You hope you get the right song. It ain't no dogs barking in the background. Yes. Side note, there is and it's, many of y'all have heard it. The song "One Mic" by Nas. There is a version of this song somewhere on the internet to where there is a dog barking the whole time throughout in the background of that whole song. And for the ones who know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly because I've heard it multiple times, and it's, I guarantee you, for all the ones who have that version of One Mic, it is on a burnt CD. I promise you, it is on a burnt CD or it's on a tape, but more than likely it's on a burnt CD. Like that's the shit I'm talking about with some of them pirating sites or what have you. Like you was gambling with that shit too, but that's how we used to get music. That's how we know so much music now because we was stealing that shit. We was stealing it. And we had no shame about it, yo. We broke at the time, man. We just trying to get up on the new music because that new music made you popular. You having the newest song on your CD, and when somebody listens to your CD player or however you was playing music at that time, as soon as they heard that, yo, let me get that CD. You gonna take that CD, take that damn song, rip it off that CD, and then burn your own copy so you can have that particular. That's how this shit works. That's how we used to consume music. Oh shit. That's how we used to consume music or what have you. Like, it was like that. And so, hold on, let me close this. That kind of threw me off. Um, yeah, that's how we consume music at that time or what have you. We had a bunch of freaking CD books and blank CDs. because we just wanted to have the newest music and we want to be the ones that said that we had it. Anywho, I done got off track or what have you, but that another episode. We'll dig a little bit deeper into that. But that's a part of what's going on now. Again, that back to the chat rooms, Messenger. This is how we had these conversations. Like that's another conversation. Music, like you had to know your music like that at that time or what have you, in order for you to sit back and have these particular type of conversations. Like just to have interest, like yo, you got to know what the fuck you talking about. Well, that's how I approached it anyway. Cause like I said again, I was a music head. I've been a music head at this particular time since I was like 8 years old. So like any type of music, I ain't gonna say any type of hip hop, R&B music or what have you at this particular time, like neo soul, all that, whatever that falls under the hip hop umbrella, and it was about us as a people, I was consuming. Cause you never know who you're gonna run into or have a conversation with or what have you, and you got to be prepared. That was my preteen brain thinking or what have you. And then once we move on to the chat rooms, then we started getting to the quasi social media area. Um, And with this, the beginning of this, believe it or not, it's Black Planet. So Black Planet to me was the first social media site, and it was the marketing behind it essentially is it's a website for ebony folk, black people, us, just to get up there and be your true selves, um, and just be black. Like it was just a website for black people to be themselves and be social amongst other black people, being themselves and being social. You understand what I'm saying? And there wasn't no age limit per se, but like I said, if you knew how to put a web page together, you're good. And they made it real simple because I don't think you gotta do your profile was a web page. If you learn like this is the other thing I appreciated during the early stages of social media, what have you. Like that particular time, which I get to MySpace in a moment, like it taught you how to code. It taught you HTML in particular, but it was teaching you how to code. And at that particular time, that was dope because coding wasn't necessarily a thing, or they didn't make it out to be a thing as far as like my schooling was concerned or what have you. But it was dope that those particular sites sat back and put you on game on how to go about coding just in case you wanted to learn more, get more deeper into like being creative. It was a way of being creative. And I appreciate early social media for that because Black Planet technically was the first ones that do it, but it didn't put the coding into it per se to where you had to sit back and do it yourself. They gave you those particular options, right? And so, shit, I met like two of my homegirls off of that website, two or three of my homegirls. Like I said, there was some folks I knew. There's some couple other people I met as well. I ain't gonna get into them stories or what have you. They're not horror stories per se. It just again, the thing about talking to folks on the internet, you got to take them at their word. But once you meet them in person, it may be a whole different ball game. And I ain't talking about no catfishing shit per se or what have you, because that never happened to me. Thank God. I got catfished over the phone, but in person, nah. And getting catfished over the phone don't feel as bad as being catfished in person. That's some bullshit. Anywho, um, but yeah, and I'm not getting that's as far as I'm going with that. I ain't going no further. Um, anywho, but yeah. So you got Black Planet, which this is like around 2004, like 2003, 2004, and then 2005 you got MySpace. Shout out to Tom. So MySpace. To be MySpace became the what's the word I'm looking for? That was like the true genesis of social media. Again, like I spoke about with Black Planet, like I appreciate MySpace for the fact it got you to actually code. If you wanted to make your page dope, you had to learn how to code. You had to learn how to do all this stuff to sit back and add these particular things to your page or what have you, right? To make your shit dope. Like introduce us to like these the friend groups per se, like the top 8, the top 12, top 20, so on and so forth. It gave you an opportunity to be more interactive with your friends. Some people envy this shit or what have you. Like, I'm not in your top 20. Why come I'm not in your top 20? Da, 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 da. I'm like, who gives a fuck, man? Like, we got the ability to do this. This is dope. That's how I was looking at it. Like, yo, that shit is dope, right? And then the other thing about MySpace that I like truly like I said, there was no feed I don't recall a feed. If I'm wrong, somebody please correct me. But I don't recall a feed being on MySpace or what have you. Like you had time, you had like recommendations of stuff that was going on within different communities, but it wasn't a feed of seeing what everybody was doing. Sort of like what Facebook was. Like you interact with the people you interact with or what have you, but it was more like going page to page or going to communities to sit back and see what was going on, like either around you or if you want to explore a different community or what have you. Like it wasn't all, you didn't get all these opinions at one time. Like you didn't get everybody's opinion. You had to go search for certain people's opinions. And I think that was like one of the dopest things about MySpace personally. Is just like it gave you that opportunity to sit back and to be within your personal inner circle or what have you. It gave you that opportunity. Like you ain't had to hear all the clutter like you hear nowadays. Like I said, it ain't like what Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, like Facebook, to a fault Instagram. Like, well, Instagram is like that, but it's your feed or what have you. Um, and then came a year later, Facebook blew up. Or you had Facebook, and again, the way they sold Facebook to us as teenagers per se, it was a virtual yearbook. That was the idea of it. It was your way of keeping up with your classmates and your other peers and family members, right? You can sit back and get up here, and y'all can, if y'all happen to be up there at the same time, this is a great way for y'all to chat. Um, and it worked in the beginning. It worked, and then something happened, which I can't tell you where it happened. Actually, yes, I can. This is what happened. Two things happened. Because right around this particular time frame, this is when cell phones became very popular, like to the point everybody started having their own cell phone. This is like around uh 2004, 2005. We ain't had the best phones, but we had phones nonetheless. We can call and text. Like, here's the other thing about having your own phone. Once upon a time, we had this thing called free nights and weekends, to where you had to wait to either 7 or 9 o'clock at night to talk on your cell phone because the minutes was free, and you could talk on your cell phone all weekend long because the minutes was free. If you called anybody before 7 or 9 o'clock, depending on what service you had or what have you, them fuckers would charge the hell out your bill, and your parents would be upset with you. Why the hell you talking to such and such at this time for this long? Wait till them daggone free nights and weekends, damn it. Yes, you could not talk on your phone at any given point of time at this particular point. Yes, free nights and weekends. You had to wait your ass until them minutes was free to do your talking. Unless you had a dire emergency, you do not talk on the phone during the day. Kind of wish they'll bring that back now. Anywho, yeah. So, not at that particular time, but eventually down the line when they sat back and started adding these apps to the phone, that was a fuck up, in my personal opinion. Because if you would have kept these apps strictly on a PC, you had to have a laptop or a desktop in order for you to manipulate this daggone thing. I think it would have turned out a whole lot better than putting them on a damn phone. And number two, somehow, somewhere, some way, Facebook in particular became political. And that's when that shit became nasty. It went from the young folks fucking with daggone Facebook to the old folks fucking with Facebook. And it's crazy how that switch happened over all these years or what have you. It's what, 20 years? Like Facebook's been existing for damn near 20 years now, if not more. And they didn't project this when this shit first when they first did this or what have you. It just sort of happened this way. So, but yeah, like, and then like I said, but the other cool thing about, let me get on MySpace again for a moment. Like the other cool thing with these communities in MySpace, like a lot of the underground artists, or some of the artists now that you know today or what have you, like that's where they got their start. This was before SoundCloud. Like MySpace was like the music hub for like all underground and like unreleased shit or what have you, or artists on the come up, artists you didn't hear about, like all of their shit, even the ones that was somewhat famous or was famous. Like there wasn't a whole lot of A-listers on MySpace, But the B-listers and below, oh, they was marketing the fuck out of that shit, yo. This was new. This was fresh. This is where everybody was going. And that's the way to get to the people. And that shit was genius at the time or what have you. Get all this dope music. Um, you get all this, not necessarily, it ain't access per se, because there's still a mystique to these particular artists, but they're interacting with their fans now. They're not taking them, you don't know their everyday lives, but you know once they up there, they're here to fuck with y'all. It's all about the fans, you know what I mean? And I love the fact how that catered to the artists like that and to the fans like that. It was a good marriage. So I would never hate on MySpace for that. But like I said, it seemed like right after that, or after that per se, then you started getting these smartphones. Then Wi-Fi comes along. Then Twitter comes along. Then Instagram comes along. Then Snapchat comes along. Vine, TikTok. And you got all the shit that you got now. And just looking at this shit, I mean, for the most part, it's entertaining. Oh, I forgot. YouTube started in 2006, if I'm not mistaken, or became popularized in 2006. So all that stuff we used to sit back and look forward to on TV like that, and the stuff that we had to sit back and all that little entertaining shit is now slowly going on the internet. Like them funny ass videos, like, and the thing about the beauty of YouTube or what have you is that YouTube is just this big ass community, and the only thing you can look up there is videos, right? But it'll teach you anything, it'll educate you on anything, and the main rule is like there's no nudity, no sex unless it's educational, no sexual shit. Like just this is what we is. We are a tool, we are a resource, and we're here to help. Greatly appreciate it at the end of the day. But yeah, man. So YouTube, and then once these phones started emerging or what have you, this is where to me where society starts to tilt or what have you, because like now we got these mini computers in our pockets or whatnot, and we're texting more, we're being on our phone more, like, and that interaction that we once had like in the 90s and the early 2000s is becoming more and more non-existent. Even in today's world or what have you, you are quicker to text somebody or to FaceTime somebody or hit somebody on social media on the internet than call. Like there's people out there that have a phone that don't use their phone for the main purpose of what the phone is supposed to be, to call people. You do everything but call somebody on your phone. And that's a wild idea when you sit back and think about, man, we came from pay phones. You used to put quarters in these damn phones, and there was one on every corner or what have you. To having a phone in your pocket that you do not use as a phone at all because that is an inconvenience to you. That's wild, bruh. The landlines we had at the house, there's some people out there that still got landlines where you had a home phone number with that one phone that normally we had two phones. There was a corded phone and there was a wireless phone. And that wireless phone cannot go no more than 50 feet away from your house with that motherfucker staticking in your ear. And that some bitch would die if you don't put it on a charger. That ass. There's been a many of conversations, man, I done had on that daggone wireless house phone or whatnot, walking around outside because I ain't want nobody to hear what the fuck I had to talk about. Which I don't talking bad about nobody, but shoot, you in a house full of people or what have you, they don't know how to mind their daggone business. And they want to sit back and throw the bullshit you were talking on that phone back in your face, and I ain't got time to hear all that, bruh. Shit. That's all look at y'all young generation, who the ones who were born with a tablet in, like, we ain't know what the fuck a tablet was. Y'all born with a tablet in your hand. You're born with a phone in your hand. Yeah, I know how to use this shit better than we knew how to use this shit when it first came out. Like, I just innate to know this shit. It's nature. It's second nature to y'all now, which is crazy. But yeah, man, like the one thing I will say this, like being a millennial and being through all these different eras and being able to survive and adapt, um, this shit kind of remind me of what J. Cole said on Love Yours. I think being broke is better. We was better when we didn't have all this shit. And granted, this shit is a convenience. Hell, technology is the reason why I'm sitting here making this video and you're watching it right now. Like, dead ass. I'm not mad about it per se. But seeing that I came from that particular era, like, yo, being broke is better. We was better off before we had all of this shit. This ain't do us no favors at the end of the day. It feels like it done us a favor, but it ain't done us no favors. It's been slowly but surely a way to divide, conquer. Like we can't even have an educated conversation on the internet no more without motherfuckers getting all mad and pissed off and this angry mob, y'all rage baiting and trolling and all this other dumb shit in the name of engagement because you're trying to get a dollar at the end of the day. And what the fuck we learning in the process of that? Not a damn thing. Nothing. And it's unfortunate and it is sad. Cause yeah, motherfuckers be mad about shit or what have you, but the dumb shit, the petty shit, the stupid shit that y'all get mad about is crazy to me. And I would never engage in that shit or what have you. I'd be petty with you every so often or what have you, but outside of that, it ain't worth it, bro. Cause what you gaining from that shit? You don't get paid for what some of y'all do. But for the most part, motherfuckers out here doing that shit for free. You just talking shit for free because you mad. That's stupid, bro. That's that's asinine and idiotic. That don't make no fucking sense. For what? For who? Why? And for all y'all, your Gen Zs and your YNs out there, what have you, man, you can survive without it. I promise you, you can. You ain't gonna like it. It ain't gonna feel good. But at once upon a time, again, I speak on my age. I'm 38 years old, right? I remember a time when there wasn't none of this shit. None of this shit was non-existent, and we was okay. We made a way. We had our fun, and it's crazy now because those particular memories we hold on to a lot more than the ones that we got when we was older. Don't get me wrong. There's been some moments we had with this that's been pretty damn dope, but I remember I was there, and I miss that shit. Even as a child with my innocence or what have you, I still know how to appreciate that a whole lot more than what this cell phone shit, this internet shit, and all this technology has brought us over all these years or whatnot. And it's just something to think about, man. Like for real, like we done got stuck on it now. Hell, our parents done got stuck on it now, or what have you. Like we all strolling, we all trying to find something. But just for us who was there, who remember what it was before all this shit happened or what have you, don't those moments feel a whole lot more sacred than the bullshit that we dealing with right now? Fuck a damn dollar. Like all money ain't good money. And for those, get your money. And I understand, but it felt a whole lot better when all this shit was non-existent, man. And I miss the moments. I do. I miss the cassette tapes, the CDs, the CD players, hell, even the MP3 players. Still need a computer for that, which again, get on that on a later episode. But those particular moments, we was alright. The way before smartphones. See, this is why I need Trey songs. Smartphones, dumb shit. I understand now, but yeah, man. Also, man, talk to you a millennial. I say talk to a. I don't know about Gen X. Talk to a millennial, man. They'll tell you about them times. Like I said, we the era. Remind you, we are the era that has been through it all. We done seen it all. We done experienced it all. And you wonder why we are the way that we are, what have you, because we was promised one thing and we got a whole shit show in return. They told us something as children what we need to be doing, and as adults, I don't want to say they fucked us over, but something went wrong somewhere, and we're owed tremendously. Anywho, with that being said, this has been Inquiring Minds Would Like to Know. I'm your host, A-Mad, and until the next time, peace and much blessings. Y'all be easy.